Welcome back, guys. Today I'm looking on a web-based solution for getting lecture recordings notes down effectively and efficiently. This is NTEHub. It gives you the ability to forward your recordings and notes to be transcribed by a professional dedicated team who have experience in various degree topics. Also, it gives you the options of summary notes and transcription. So they actually do your summary notes for you and transcribe the audio. There's additional costs for that unless you're with an institution, a university, or college are paying for that, so just check before you do that. When you look at the options regarding the online lectures to the current epidemic and how we can capture those and utilise NHub, see the problem at the moment is most of the lectures are online. They can be put through Panopto, Microsoft Teams and various other options to record a lecture, and then you can transfer that recordings, hence bookmarks, colour coding, to your NHub here, and then you can access it and add your notes, just organise and colour code topics and everything, and even get that transcribed in summary notes. But as I said, most lectures now are online. You're going to have to approach it a little bit differently. And what I mean by that is depending whether you're on the Mac or PC, because it's web-based, it's compatible with both. But if your lectures are mainly online, you need to record the audio and the video, just the audio, and take snapshots of the slides, then upload them onto NHub, and then you can process them. Now there's different methods of doing that, so I've done 2 short videos on both platforms showing you how to do that quickly and efficiently. I'll see you in a minute. Now let's have a look at the Mac first. How do we actually record a lecture? We can actually record the actual video of the lecture you're watching on the audio, or even take capture shots of slides that you're looking at. So the first option I want you to do is come up to the top left hand corner, or go to the bottom of your dock and select System Preferences. Have a little look in your sounds option, just to check what sound options you're using. For example, you're using internal as an output and input using internal mic to record. So that way you can play back the video that you're looking at on lecture, and then you can record it with the internal mic. So just always have a look at that first. The best option is to use QuickTime. Now I'm going to demonstrate that to you now. So all Macs have QuickTime already installed in there. Go to your spotlight at the top here and type in QuickTime. I've got mine in the dock anyway. And then open it up for me. It's going to ask you where you like to save any of your recordings. I'm leaving it on the desktop. I've not created a folder. So I'm just going to click cancel. And now we've got it available top left hand corner. So what I'm going to do is open up Safari. You can use any browser to record. Doesn't matter. We're ready now to record the lecture. Now we've got a couple of options here. Come to the top again. I'm going to select File. We could do an audio, so we just record the audio. Now that would be quite useful in the fact that you can record the audio for the lecture, download the original slides for it from your Moodle, Blackboard or Portal, and then you can upload the audio and the slides to NHub. Or you can actually record the whole lecture, and by doing that you could go back over it. You could also, if you want, take snapshots with the capture option built into the Mac of slides and that. But if you can actually get the recordings and download them from Panopto or whatever option they give you to download from university, that would be better quality to upload to NHub, so bear that in mind. So let me show you the screen recording first. So I'm going to tap on it. See at the bottom here, it gives me various options. Now this moves, if I hold the left button, you can drag this where you want. Depends on how much you want to actually record on that screen. Now I've selected this option, record selected portion. You can also do a entire screen by selecting that, and that will record the entire screen. But really I want to focus just on the lecture. Got your options here, we don't need to go into them too much. So leave them as they are. So to start, we need to hit the record button. So tap the record button and it will count down for you. Once I'm doing that, we can now click play on the lecture.
You know, I've had a lot of chance to interact with your class over the last couple of years, starting with Advent Weekend, I guess, about 27 months ago. So we've had lots of interactions, large and small.
So I'm going to pause that, and when the lecture's finished, you can come to the top here, and here's your QuickTime, and you can tap it once, and it will automatically save it to you on your desktop, as you can see bottom right hand corner. And now if I play it back,
You know, I've had a lot of chance to interact with your class over.
And click pause. You've now recorded the lecture. So that's number one option. Now I'm going to close that. You have another option, useful with QuickTime as well. You might want to use the option where you just want to record the audio and then upload the slides with it to NTEHub. So you've got that option there with new audio recordings. So this time I'm going to tap that. Now just put it over here for you. Just select the drop down menu, make sure you actually use an internal microphone because you might have a headset on. So just bear in mind you need to be able to record what's being played back on your Mac. So now we can have a go at this. I can select play.
But never anything quite like a last lecture. Come in, come in. So I'm looking forward to it. I have assembled a list of 10 lessons that have been important to me in my life.
And I paused it there. And I've stopped it there. So there we go. So now if I click close, it will ask me to automatically save that audio file. So I'll give it a name quick. I'll just call it lecture. And it's saving to my desktop. I'm happy with that. Select save. Close that lecture, and now I've got the audio file here. And if I want, I've got the video of the lecture there as well. Now I did mention to you about an option when you can capture and capture as you're going along. Let me show you. So let's open up Safari again. Let's do a different lecture this time. And I'll just select anything. And pause it. Now again, we're going to need QuickTime so we can record it, but we're going to use a shortcut key as well. The shortcut key is going to be Command Shift and 4. That does a portion of the screen unless you want to take a snapshot of the whole screen. I probably think if you're actually doing a lecture and you're recording, you're probably better off taking a snapshot of the entire screen because you don't have to keep using the portion bit and sizing it. I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to use the shortcut key Command Shift and 4. And it brings up this little crosshair. So every time you want to take a snapshot, say of a slide online when you're recording, you have to hold the left button, create a rectangle around it, and it puts it on your desktop. It takes a snapshot, but it takes time. So that's probably not the best option for you. Okay, so I probably recommend you use Command Shift and 3. So if that's the case, I'm going to maximise that. So when you've got QuickTime recording, the audio, click play. And I'm going to use the shortcut key now, Command Shift and 3.
This program is brought to you by Stanford University. Please visit us at stanford.edu.
And there you go. I've just taken 2 snapshots. You have a look at your desktop. And here they are. Nicely done. So then, if I close that lecture, you can have your snapshots of the lecture with the audio file you recorded with QuickTime as you're going along. Again, the option's up to you really, and then you can upload them up to NTEHub if you want. So there's a few options you could use on the Mac. Let's now look at Windows. Now we're on Windows 10, I want to look at how do you record a lecture on Windows 10. Maybe take snapshots of slides or maybe blackboard or the whiteboard and then record the audio and send it all up to NTEHub. We've got a built-in option called Gaming Console built into Windows 10 that enables you to do that quite easily. Bottom right hand corner, select all settings and I want you to select Gaming. Now, it's something to do with gaming. You can use it to actually record games you're looking at, but you can use it to record any kind of video. Do a left click on it. Now what I want you to do quickly here is take a quick look at the shortcuts. The important one is Windows plus G key. So bottom left hand corner, Windows plus the G key. That will open up the gaming console for you to record quickly. The other ones you can write down as well and get used to using. Now next thing, come to the left and select captures. I need you to come down and make sure a certain box is ticked. Here it is. Only record game audio. Just tick that if you just want to record a lecture. Otherwise it will record external noises. Frame rate you can leave the same as well. 30 frames per second is fine. That's done. Now close that window. So I need a video, don't I, to try it out with. So I found one here, just a random lecture. And what I'm going to do is play it back. Then I'll use the games console to record it but take snapshots as well. But let me open it first with the Windows G key to show you. At the top here, we've got audio. Select it here. It will give you options to turn down system sound if you want. If it's from Chrome, you can turn the volume down as well there. If you're using the cam, which I'm not, I'm just using the headset. And voice as well. So that's my headset I'm currently using. So I won't worry too much about that. Come up here, here's your capture option. So if I tick it, if it's not appeared at the top left hand corner, tap it and it will appear there for you. Now we should be good to go. I'm going to click play on the lecture. And remember, the lecture can come in so many different formats, Microsoft Teams, Panopto, so you can use this anywhere on any video. So first I'm going to click play, and then I'm going to use the shortcut key to open it. So click play for me.
I'm delighted
Windows
to have
G,
the opportunity
and I'm now
to
going to
be
press this little button here to
the
start
Devane
recording.
lectures. And the Devane lectures,
And you can see on the
as
right
you
how
can
it's
tell
recording there.
from looking around you,
Now
double
the important
as
bit.
being a
If you want to
regular
use this
Yale
capture button to
course
take snapshots of
for
slides,
credit that students can take for
tap this
credit,
button here.
and lectures that are open
Maybe it's a whiteboard,
to the
blackboard, you take
general
a snapshot
public.
of, hit it again.
These lectures
There you go,
are
it's just a
going to
good
deal
reminder
with
for you.
power and politics
So now
in
watch, I'll
today's
come down
world.
underneath show
And
captures,
by
I've
today's
listed them
world,
all there
I'm
for
going
you,
to mean
and
the
click
30
close.
years since 1989.
Now I'm going to select
And
stop,
the 30 years since 1989
click
are
into the video lecture and stop it. Now that way you can actually record the lecture video and take snapshots. It's important. So you've got a bit of organisation. So I'm going to minimise that. Now where it actually saves it by default, you can change this later if you want, is in your videos folder. So if I come down to my folder and we'll scroll down to videos, and it's in the capture folder here, and there we go. So there's all my screenshots. So if I open one up, there's a screenshot, and there's a screenshot again, and I've even got the recording audio, which is here as well if I need it.
the pedagogical challenge that presents
It comes up on the right
is
there as
that
well, so you can see it actually record. And pause it and close. Now you've got the recording of the lecture and your snapshots, and you can upload this to NTEHub, and that way you can start organising it for notes and stuff. We'll have a look at that next. Right, welcome back. So I'm going to show you a few fundamentals. I'll try not to bore the life out of you, but just get you up and running quickly. Now let's go on the principle. You've got an online lecture, and you've been able to download the slides. So that's the benefit. If you can download the slides from your portal, then upload the slides and record the audio in real time with NTEHub. Show you what I mean. So I want you to come up to where it says new project and tap that for me. Give it a title. Just put lecture. Let's put lecture 5. I've done a few demos. Choose your subject category there and select done. Give it a little while, and then it will open up in bold. But the problem with board is at the moment we haven't got no slides to work with. You've got a board where you can add notes to it, and you also have your slide. So look at boards of different sections where you can add different notes to that slide. So what we do is come down to files. Top left hand corner select plus, and let's just imagine you've downloaded your slides from your portal or Blackboard or Moodle. I've got some demo slides here, nothing exciting. I'm going to upload them. So now we've got the slides ready. So new project is lecture 5, top right, and we've got your slides. But there's more than one slide here. Select options and split the slides so we can work with them better. Give it a little while. And there's all our slides ready. I do prefer, see it starting from 10, 9, 8. I prefer not timeline descending. I prefer alphabetical A to Z. And now we're good to go. Now if you come to the three little dots here, you can open them up in a new window. You can see the slide much clearer. Also, if you prefer, you can actually download it individually back onto your PC or Mac, or delete it. Now what I want you to do next is, once you've imported them, come up to board. As I said there, this is a board where you can add notes to. So I don't need this first untitled note, so I'm going to click on options and select delete note. And there we go, we're good to go. You can see document page 1, which is slide 1, and my notes on the right, which I haven't got anything yet. We need to pre-organise. So come up to the right and select plus. I've now added a note to it. So if I tap on it and come to the right, I can now rename that. So you might just pre-plan your lectures and want to put information in so you're ready. I'm just going to put slide 1, and then tap in here you could put never take the intro for granted. So there we go, you're organising your first slide with a note, and these are called boards, as I said. You can add a second note if you want. Again, tap into it, and you can rename it again. And you might put on this one, so we put key points of slide 1. There we go, it's got organisation as well. If I click this little icon here, you can start dictating into there as well if you wish. I believe it uses the built-in speech-to-text option within Windows. I haven't tried that, but see how you get on. Just want to come down here a second. I'm going to close Grammarly for now. Just disable until next visit. So then we can come to document 2. And again, we can add another note for slide 2. And again, you can rename that to whatever you want. Put whatever you want in there so you're ready and prepared for slide 2. Or you might not put nothing in there yet, you just might want to put your notes in there. But remember, you can add multiple notes to your board, so it doesn't matter. You can choose sync bookmark action if you want as well, but I want to show you how you bookmark them in a minute when we start. Now, before I go on, I want to show you something else here quickly. So I'm just going to open up a new tab at the top, and I'm going to go to anywhere really. Let's go to BBC News. Grab anything there. Alright, let's have a look. That will do. Alright, I'm just going to grab some text. Doesn't really matter for this demonstration. And Control C. I'm going to go back to my lecture 5. I'm going to paste that in, Control V. Now we've got a few options here in formatting in the notes. So we've got spelling obviously, but you can link words to websites or other words. Let me show you. So I might select from, come down and select link. Now I can link that specifically to that website. Another option you might get is keywords during note taking or text down. So I'm going to highlight Thomas and select the keyword option, tap on it. Now I might want that as a key concept, so I can come back to that later. And if we come to the left, you can see I've now added those keywords in there that I can access later. If I come up here, I've even got an option to change it from that option to maybe don't understand, or I can even export it, or I can even display highlights to show everywhere, or I might want to unmark that. In other words, you're deleting it, not from the document, just as a keyword. Right, let's go back to board. Now we're almost ready to make a start. So in a minute we'll start recording. We'll have an option here. We'll actually send whatever you're recording to what bookmark you want as you're listening. So what we'll do is come at the top. I'm going to just click record in a minute, and then I want you to add bookmarks to separate the information for the slide. So I'm going to select record, audio, or if you've got a cam, you can use a video or a camera that's connected to it. So using a lecture environment, you can actually point in at the lecture slides and record at the same time, keep everything synced. But I'm going to select record audio, and you can see it's now recording at the top. And I'm going to hit bookmark because we're in slide 1. So now I can decide actually I want to add notes to my key points slide 2, and I can start typing notes. Now what I could do next is, if I'm happy with that, I've got an option here where I can choose to send that slide to bookmark 1. Now what it does is it actually sends it on the left here to bookmarks. That's your first slide, second slide, third slide, and so on. So you can organise your bookmarks as you're going along when you want. So I'm going to select that to bookmark 1, and you can see in there the slide disappears because it's gone to my bookmarks, which I'll show you in a minute. Now I'm on slide 2, so I select bookmark again. Make sure you use the bookmark option. You need to organise your slides. Now as it's going along again, I can select slide 2. It comes here, and then I could add further notes if I want. Then happy with that, again I can come up here and I might go, actually that is definitely bookmark 2, or you might even feel it's bookmark 1, but in this case you can see bookmark 2, and it sent it over. And again you hit bookmark option again. So that's how you keep all your slides synced. You can pause by selecting pause there. Just want to let you know afterwards you can have bookmarks afterwards as well if you missed any, so don't think if you missed your bookmark while you're recording it's game over. It's not. You've still got organisation afterwards. So I'm going to click the pause button to start recording again, and I'm going to add another note there, so you can add notes as well. You don't have to do them before, and then I could put, I don't know, slide 3, and then you could add notes. more notes and carry on. Right, I'm going to select here again and I'm going to send that to bookmark 3. Now, let's say the lecture's finished, so you hit the same button we call to stop. Give it a little while, it's going to process it. And there we go. It's now opened up. If you look here, I've gone to bookmarks section. So if I scroll down, there's all my bookmarks and all my notes that I created. And you remember I used the send to option and I sent them to the bookmark I want. You can still send to different bookmarks afterwards if you want to as well. Now I'm going to come up to the top again because I prefer alphabetical A to Z. There we go, slide 1 with my 2 notes in there. I've got bookmark 2 or slide 2 with my notes, and I can play it back as well if I want to that part. Now we need to organise a bit more. If I come to the top here, you might want to call it bookmark 1, you might want to call it slide 1, and click pause. Once you start typing there, it starts playing back with the play button here. So there's slide 1. Also, if you come up here to options, you can assign a label to that. So you might thought slide 1, you know what, I don't understand that too well. So you can colour code it red, don't understand. Again, you can rename bookmark 2 to whatever you want. And again, assign a label to it. You might put more research is needed. Got a little link to go to Froome as well, which you can jump straight to that website. And again, we come to number 3 here, and you can also assign a label. You don't have to, and then add more research. Also, you can even highlight individual notes. If I go up, you might actually go note 1, click the options, and I'm going to colour code that yellow. It's up to you how you want to use those colours when it comes to notes, because to you they might represent something different, same topic, something you might have to work on, or just want to highlight them. So the colours are there for you to use as you wish. And you notice when I change the colours, come to the top here, you can see the bookmarks have changed, haven't they? So if I now come to labels, and let's go to more research, you can see those 2 bookmarks are in there that I can work off as well. And if I actually click here and tap on here, visibility, the bookmarks disappears out of the timeline. It just helps you focus on specific information you want to work with. And if I come to the right here, you can even export those specific bookmarks and more research to work on specifically. So it's good for extracting information, working on specific topics as well, because there's a lot of information when it comes to lectures. Also, you can actually remove it from the timeline completely if you want. Just a quick point, on the right of bookmarks, you've got a little option here. So if I do, for example, bookmark 2 here, I can then delete that if I wanted to as well. So I'm going to close that. So there's your number 1 option. You might want to export this so you can get your revision on it. Come up to action, got a number of options here. If the quality is not too good, you can enhance the audio quality. Again, play around with that, see what happens. You can export to a document as well. So there's all my bookmarks. I only did 3, remember, 3 slides. I can now export them. I can change the name. I can choose what I want to export. So the only option I've got is PDF, but it's not a problem. So I'm actually going to export that, Lecture 5 as a PDF. Now it's going to go down to my downloads folder automatically. But I really want that in Word, so what I'm going to do is open a Word document, blank one. And I'm going to select Open. And I'm going to select the download folder. And there is Lecture 5. I'm going to open it. Select OK to convert it into an editable Word document. Come to the top and select Edit and click OK. And there we go. Let's have a look what we got. We've got all those slides with the notes and the colours. Remember, labels will be at the bottom so you know what they are anyway. There's the slides. You can tap in here and add additional notes if you want as well. And you're good to go. So I'm going to close that and don't save. Now I'm going to come back up to NTEHub. Now if I go to my projects now, you can see it's sitting at the top. This is the option now I can choose by clicking this icon here to send it to get it transcribed into text and my summary notes done for me. Again, as I said before, if it's an individual license, then it's a cost per minute and a time allowance. But if you're at an institution, check with them to see what your criteria is. So you click this little button here, and then it will send it anything from 12 to 72 hours. So I'm going to come back out of it and go back to my dashboard. Now, the videos I showed you earlier with Mac and Windows of recording a lecture, the audio, taking snapshots or just video, then uploading them onto here. Because with this option, with NTEHub, you can't actually record the visual slides, though you can upload them. So I've recorded some audio lecture from YouTube, and I've got some standard slides. I'm just imagining I've downloaded the slides from the Moodle Blackboard, and I've recorded the audio for a lecture. We want to put them all into NTEHub to organise. So we're not doing new project this time, we're doing upload a recording. There's the audio file. I'm going to select open. Depending on the size of it, it might take a while to upload to the server. It's doing that now, and it's done. But it was only about 5-6 minutes. Now I'm going to untick here. I can send that to Note Taker to transcribe, but I don't want to transcribe anything or get any summary notes up yet. So I can attach the slides that come with that. And there we go, I'm going to use the same slides. I know, a bit boring. And that's now going to upload the slides with the actual audio for the lecture. Now I'll select Done. Again, you can add your subject category if you wish. I'm going to rename that though, because I've got so many now. I'm going to do 6, I'm getting confused. And select Done. But you'll name them after your modules, obviously, or your lectures. Click OK. Now I've uploaded it, but where is it? Go to my projects. There you go, lecture 6, tap on it. And it's now ready to go. Now at the moment we can't see anything in here, can we? Come down here to Files, and there it is. Remember, as we did before, select the options and split those slides again. This time you've uploaded the audio separately. Again, depending on the slides and size, may take a while. I'm happy with that in alphabetical order. Now if I scroll down here, we've got how many slides? About 8 it says. I'm now going to come up to Board. I'm going to get rid of that first. No, I don't want. And there we go, we're good to go again. But this time we've already got the audio in there. Look top right hand corner, lecture 6. So if I click play, it will play back. So what you do is you play it back and you add your bookmarks.
That we won't talk about. And what I primarily have in mind are sort of psychological and sociological.
And there you go, I've added some bookmarks there. So you can still add your bookmarks after. So it works the same way. So if we click plus, you add your note again there. And you go through the same process depending on what lecture it is. So
Questions about the nature of death or the phenomenon of death. And so
notes.
A class on death might well have a discussion.
And I'm going to pause that. So what I could then do, I've got my first note. I could then again use the option here and send it to bookmark 1. And remember, it sends it to my bookmark section, and I'm building up my slides and organising them. So there is various methods to get your slides and lectures and organise them if you need to. Now we'll have a quick look at the NTEHub. I believe they're updating this soon, but I want to show you the basics and using it anyway. And this enables you to record a lecture or meeting or anything you want and then upload it to your NTEHub. So before we start, go to settings, bottom right hand corner, and depending on the storage and the amount of time you've got remaining, you can choose whether you want high, click OK, or medium quality audio. You've got to select your audio format, it's only MP4. Now when you add a bookmark, you've got a couple of options here. You can open the camera to automatically take a snapshot, be it a slide while you're there, or maybe a blackboard, whiteboard, or you can choose open scribble pad where you can do a quick note. Last of all, you've got to devise how much storage you've got. Now top right hand corner, to invert the colour back and forth. And if you go to folders at the bottom, you can then add folders at the top by clicking plus. I'm going to add test and select add. Now I'm ready to go. Bottom left hand corner, hit the record button. Now click the middle button to start recording. Give it a name, so I'll call this test again, and I'm going to put it in the university folder and select create. And you can see now as I talk it's now recording. Now here's the bookmark option, so every time you click that you can separate slides or information. See the bookmark one. Now if I tap on the bookmark I can choose to add a colour, so then you can start colour coding your information and select done. While I'm here I could also add a note, so I could type a quick note and select add note. Also if you want, you take a snapshot with the camera option, select camera and then you take a snapshot. Use photo bottom right, and then you've organised your information by adding a note, colour coding the bookmark and adding an image, be it slide, white or blackboard. Select into here and there's your images as you build them up. Come back out of here, select back up top left, and then you can add a second bookmark and carry on working on that. So bookmark 2, this time I'm going to select scribble and you can do a quick note. And then you can change your colours and so on. Select confirm, and then again if I go back top left hand corner you've now built up your information. Now when the lecture's finished, click the stop button and then click OK. Now I've got a few options here. If I click the middle button it will upload to my NTEHub server, but you have to put in your details same as your NTEHub. Or I can use this button here to send it via email or even maybe a cloud. But click the middle button and give you the options here, UK server or US, and put your username and password there and it will automatically send your recordings to your NTEHub. Thanks for watching.